Alright, here's my 1979 Subaru four-wheel drive wagon. Some of you might call it a GL, but actually four-wheel drive was the nameplate for this one. I'll show you around the car a little bit. So the odometer reads 21,769. I have no reason to think it's that, and no reason to think it's more than 121,769, but I have no evidence. There's the fuel gauge and the temperature gauge and the tachometer with rear defogger and high beam, and then the dummy lights are right here. So I haven't started the car in about 24 hours, and it's an extremely hot day here where I live, probably about 115 degrees. But you'll see I'll start the car up for you. Just give it a little gas. And it starts right up. I really don't have any issues with the car starting or anything like that. Here's the dashboard, typical cracked dashboards. The ashtray's missing the top and the insert. It's quite cracked. Here's the temperature controls for the fan and the heat. Down here is the radio. It's obviously an aftermarket radio, and it works. It is missing a door speaker over here, and there's a door speaker over there. It does have air conditioning. This button controls the blower, and then the other one controls the temperature. I will tell you that it does blow, but it doesn't put out cool air. Here is the front wheel drive / all-wheel drive indicator. They're really just pushing it down to push it into four-wheel drive, and then up goes into front-wheel drive. Here's the 4-speed with the optional walnut knob here. This is what its shifting looks like. It's a little loose here, but not the loosest I've ever seen. And then over and down. Okay, actually not that bad, really. Here's the emergency brake. Actually, it's on. So push it up like that. And horn. There's the windshield wiper and turn signal stalk. And I'm gonna get out of the car and show you the engine. Alright, I'm doing this all with one hand, so bear with me. But there's the engine, runs pretty solid. Over here, this is just like stained pretty bad. It's not rusty or anything like that. It's pretty clean interior engine compartment. Spare tires, basically brand new. I don't think it's ever been on actually, it's never been on the road. It's about 1.5 years old. There's everything kind of running here. There's the jack. There's the air conditioning compressor and the alternator. I don't know if you could see down there, but it's pretty clean. I've taken pretty good care of this. It's probably really loud down there with the Anyway, that's the engine compartment. You can see it has the stickers on here for emissions and some about the vacuum connectors. Underneath here in general is pretty clean, pretty tidy. And here's the front here. Well, everything's in working order. All the lights work. So I'm going to put the hood down. And the only, the car has a bunch of blemishes, little things like that, and that. And I would say the biggest thing from a blemish on the car is there's a dent over here. I think you guys can see it, but just a little dent in here that runs basically the length of the door. It's missing the little molding that went on here all around the car. The tires are, as I said, the tires are all new. All 4 are the same, or all 5 are the same. You can see there's no rust. Under here. Kind of underneath, you can see there's not much to speak of. No, the only rust that I know of on the car is this little spot right here, which you can see is not very large. That's the only thing that I know of. Door jambs. The door jambs are good. There's nothing in there, a little dirt. This is all good. Here's the rear seat. It has a little lever you pull up here to push the seat forward and behind. There's a lever you can twist to have the seat come down. So I have the front seats back a little bit because I'm not a small guy. But anyway, that would fit all the way down if you had the front seats up a little bit. That's what the back looks like. There's the rack on top. Here's the hatchback. All the chrome is nice. On this, you push the button here and it opens. The strut is bad, so I have to hold this up with my hand. You have to find a replacement strut or get that one fixed. But you can see no rust back here. Everything's pretty solid. This taillight's actually new old stock. Someone accidentally broke the tail light by pushing on it, so I found a new one and installed that. That one's the original one as far as I know. There's really nothing else to speak of on the outside of the car other than little blemishes like you see there. And then again, the car's been running for about 8 minutes now. And you can see the temperature of the car is pretty low. So that's around 3,500 RPMs. So overall, everything's pretty decent here. You can see it goes back to idle just around 1,000 or 1,100. And here's a couple more shots of the interior. A little bit of leaves came in while I was filming and stuff, but overall it's pretty clean. There are some door modifications. I'm gonna put this thing here, and this is not original either. The roof is pretty clean. Probably could use to be cleaned a little bit more. That light I actually have inside the glove compartment. It was, I think they needed something with the wiring. I can't even remember, but it's minor. And then there's the back of the car. And again, just one more shot of this. All right, there you have it. 1979 Subaru four-wheel drive wagon.